Hi Panthers! Let's review adding and subtracting fractions. Remember, when adding and subtracting fractions, you must have a common denominator. Your denominator is the number on the bottom with a fraction, and it has to be the same. You also don't add those denominators, you only add the numerators or the numbers up top. So let's take a look at this problem. 9/12 plus negative 5/6. In order to make my denominator be the same, the common denominator between 12 and 6 is 12. Remember, your denominator will never get smaller, so I cannot go with that 6. I'm going to have to go with the 12. So I multiply by 2 to get 6 to become 12, and whatever I do on bottom, I have to do on top. Math is a very fair subject. If it changes one number, it's going to change the other. So I will end up with 9/12 plus a negative 10/12. Well, I have different signs here, so if I go back to my integer song, same signs, add them up, different signs, subtract. Take the sign of the larger number, then you'll be exact. A different sign, so I have to subtract, so 10 minus 9 is 1 over 12. 10 is bigger, so my answer has to be negative. Look at problem number 2. I have negative 4/6 minus 3/4. Well, my common denominator here is again 12. Yes, I could take it to 24, but if I take it to 12, I will have smaller numbers. To take that 6 to 12, I'm going to multiply by 2. That will give me negative 8/12 minus, to take the 4 to 12, I'm going to multiply by 3. So that will give me 12 on bottom, that will give me 9 up top. Now if I look at this, I have negative 8/12 minus 9/12. If you remember, your minus is your negative is your minus. They kind of go back and forth here. So I have a negative 8/12 and a negative 9/12. So I'm actually going to add, which will give me 17/12. My signs are the same, so I will still get a negative. If I simplify this, that's going to give me 1 and 5/12. Again, still negative. So I have a negative 1 and 5/12 as my answer. Let's look at 2 more problems. Before I can actually work on this, I'm going to have to change it to an improper fraction. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 5 is 29, so I will have negative 29 over 8, plus negative 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8 over 6. Now, just like before, my common denominator here is 24, not 48. So, to get 8 to 24, I'm going to multiply by 3. To get 6 to 24, I'm going to multiply by 4. So my new fraction is going to be 3 times 9 is 27. Carry the 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. So 87 over 24. That will still be negative. Plus 4 times 8 is 32. Now I have different, no, I do not have different signs here. I forgot to write my negative when I brought that down. So, same signs, add them up. 2 plus 7 is 9. 3 plus 8 is 11 over 24. Now, if I divide that out, guys, 119 divided by 24. 24 is going to go into 119. I think 5 times 4 is 20. That right there is 10 plus 2 is 12. Oh no, that's not going to work at all. So it's actually going to be 4 times, and you'll have 23 left over. So that will give you 4 and 23 over 24. And since I had same signs, my answer still has to be negative. Now I don't think I'm going to have enough room, but we'll try this out real quick. Hopefully I can get this done. I'll write in a different color so that I have room on my slide. What happens when I have a positive and a negative side by side? It turns into a great big plus sign. So I have negative 1/10 plus 3/5 here. I'm going to have to change that second problem by multiplying by 2 on top and bottom. So negative 1/10 plus 6/10. Different signs subtract. So I get 5/10. The 6 is bigger, so it's going to be positive. Hey, look, that can actually simplify. Divide by 5 on top and bottom, and my final answer is 1/2. Keep up the good work, Panthers, and I will see you in class.